welcome to this broadcast of CHTV. I'm Simon Kahn. Alongside me is Patrick Labora here at Air Park Activity Center for the girls basketball game between the Zionsville Eagles and the Carmel Greyhounds.
Yeah, under this reign of Carmel's new coach, they've been undefeated so far, coming off a win against Jeffersonville. With their leading scorer, sophomore Bella Ramsey, who had 25 points.
Yeah, Ramsey had 25 points, and she got a lot of those points off of fast break transition layups. Ramsey's game is getting a lot of steals, pushing the ball in transition and getting layups.
Yeah, not only did Ramsey shine last game, Maddie Wallace, the sophomore as well, led the team in assists. She's been leading this team, bringing the ball up the court, and the offense has been running through her.
Yeah, and when that offense does run, it's not a lot of dribble, crossover moves. It's a lot of pass, cut, screen away. The ball hardly touches the floor in Carmel's offense.
Yeah, one thing that'll combat Carmel's offense today is Zionsville's defense. Zionsville's defense has been stellar this year, allowing no teams over 40 points yet.
Yeah, and Carmel has a good defense too. The one thing that both teams need to watch tonight is their turnovers. Both teams average over 10 turnovers a game, and it's going to be really key to make sure that they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, that turnover battle is going to be essential today. Another thing for Carmel is Mackenzie Wallace. Mackenzie Wallace has 8 D1 offers and runs the Zionsville team. Mackenzie Wallace is just one of the best players in the conference. She runs the offense, runs the defense, runs the whole team.
Now let's take it to our key points of the game.
Yeah, today one of the key points is for Carmel to run the fast break. If they can run the fast break, they can dominate the game.
Carmel also needs to make sure that they're moving the ball, getting paint touches, and getting good shots up.
Yeah, another thing for Carmel is stopping stars such as Mackenzie Chapman and another Ellie Frobe, who her first 2 years in high school played at Carmel. She's shooting 50% from 3. If they can stop those two, they can stop the Zionsville offense.
That being said, although Frobe has shot very well from beyond the arc, no one else on the team has. In their last game against Warren Central, where the Eagles won 41-34, they only shot under 10% from 3. If they want to win this game against a good Carmel squad, they're going to need to be able to make their threes.
Another key to the game for Carmel is dominating the paint. Carmel is a much smaller team today, but if they can dominate the paint, that's a great upside for them.
Yeah, 100%. It will be who dominates the paint the best, who forces more turnover, and who gets out in transition to that.
Yeah, one of the keys for Zionsville as well is moving the ball. They need to move the ball, stop dribbling, and try and find a good open look.
Yeah, and that's all the time we have for today. I've been Simon Kahn. This has been Patrick Labora for the CHTV pregame show. We'll send it to Melby and Alina Kaplan.
Matchup. To start things off, Alina, I want to get into the Greyhounds coach, Jessica D'Armelio. This is her first year here with the Greyhounds, and she just recently got her 100th career win on Friday night. Alina, what does that mean for the Carmel Greyhounds and their previous coaching problems?
Yeah, so Jessica D'Armelio, she is a new coach this year for Carmel. Carmel has had a rough past couple of years with coaches. They actually had Erin Shrimpy, and they actually fired her after the 2021-2022 season. And after that, they brought on Rick Rissinger, and he had a 2-year contract. He ended up getting lots of complaints from the players and the parents of the players, and so they did not continue his contract. This year they announced in April that they were bringing on D'Armelio. She's from Franklin College, and she previously coached a team with a record of 40-36. She also has experience coaching at Marion, and in the 2022-2021 season she led them to a national tournament. You know, with her getting her 100th win of her career on Friday night, this is very promising for her first season here with Carmel. And Zionsville team, their coach is actually new as well. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Zionsville's coach, Jennifer Drudge, is in her second year with the Eagles and is a former coach at Carmel, actually. She coached at Carmel from the year 2000 to 2004, and then again from 2009 to 2013. So certainly an exciting matchup, seeing a former Greyhounds coach and then a new coach for the Greyhounds coming in with her first season. But both of them have been promising so far in this year. as the players are lined up along their sideline. I believe we're going to start the national anthem. So the starting lineup for the Greyhounds will be number 3, Bella Ramsey, number 15, Maddie Wallace, number 23, Taylor Fisher, number 24, Jacoby Warren, and finally, number 31, Sydney Bonds. That Sydney Bonds is one of the Greyhounds' few seniors, certainly leading the team, as for most of the players for this Greyhounds team is juniors, sophomores, and even freshmen, as Natalie Whelan-Edwards has gotten some minutes in this game. But Sydney Bonds is starting at center, which is going to be a huge role for her, stopping Emily Zach, their center, standing at 6'2".
And you know, Jacoby Warren, she's also a senior. She's been pretty strong as well in the past couple of years. And their other two starters, Maddie Wallace and Bella Ramsey, they are both sophomores, but they have been leading the team so far. They actually started on varsity last year on the team, and they are starting players now.
Now we have the introduction for the Carmel Greyhounds. The lights are off and the blue and white spotlights are shining on the players. This is an awesome environment, Alina. I was not expecting this. I knew they had installed some spotlights in the previous years, and it is not disappointing as of right now.
There's actually a big crowd this evening, and it's going to look like a good game.
Yeah, it was Teacher Appreciation Week, so a lot of players went out with their teachers to honor those who teach us in the classrooms every single day. So shout out to the teachers.
Right before this game, all the teachers came out and they announced the names of them, and the teachers will be watching the game tonight. So definitely that adds a little pressure to the players, but they definitely won't want to disappoint those teachers.
I don't know about you, Alina, but it was a lot of fun seeing all those teachers out there. One of them being our own CHTV teacher, Mrs. Ostojic. I also saw my history teacher, some former teachers. It was a lot of fun to see all those teachers get honored.
It's looking like a great start to the game. It's very exciting. The atmosphere is full of energy right now. The cheerleaders are ready.
Yeah, that was an exciting introduction as we had the cheerleaders go out there as well with all the starters' banners.
We don't have a ton of super tall players. Our tallest being that freshman who's 6'3". But, you know, Zionsville does have some tall players. They have one that is 6 foot. We have one that is 6'2". The rest are pretty consistent in height.
100% going to be key to this game, stopping Emily Zach as we see the Eagles get off to a hot start. That first jumper to start the game was by their guard, Emma Tinder.
Emma Tinder is a junior. She is also 5'10", so pretty tall as well. Maddie Wallace is taking the ball up.
Wallace kicks it to Fisher. Fisher, a bad pass as Bella Ramsey was trying to cut. Fisher and Ramsey not on the same page there, as results in a turnover for the Greyhounds. On the other hand, Mackenzie Chapman is taking the ball up for the Eagles. She leads their offense with assists per game and points per game. So you definitely want to get the ball out of her hands because she runs the show for these Eagles offense.
She has seemed to be one of their top scorers for the season, and she actually has 4 D1 offers.
As that was a good pass down low to Lily Kelly, but the Greyhounds jump on it. A good dig there, forcing the jump ball. The possession will go in the hands of the Greyhounds. So it's Bonds inbounding this ball. Bonds to Wallace, back to Bonds. Moving the offense quickly as it's Fisher who kicks it to the right wing to Ramsey, who's 3. Back rim up and out.
Carmel hasn't had a very great ratio of scoring.
That's a great look for Ramsey. She's one of the Greyhounds' top scorers. If you get an open shot, an open 3 like one right there, you'd have to expect those start to fall for Ramsey. As it's Chapman with the ball up top. Well defended by Fisher as this ball is kicked to the left corner. An air ball rebounded by the Eagles back to the top of the key. Chapman's going to try it. No good for her. As Bonds kicks it to the open man with the left-handed layup, it's Ramsey. Ramsey puts the first points on the board for the Greyhounds.
And like we said before, those sophomores, the underclassmen, they seem to be taking the lead for the Greyhounds.
Few missed shots in a row for the Eagles as the Greyhounds get the rebound, but a little bit of a mishaps there. Able to maintain possession of the ball as it's Wallace resetting the offense after that confusion right there. Swings it to Fisher on the left wing. Fisher uses Bond's screen. Swings it to Ramsey on the right wing. Ramsey trying to make something happen with this offense as he's just been drive and kick this entire possession. Wallace tries to go up as she gets swatted by Emily Zach. Emily Zach now trying to take it down with the ball.
Again, it's that height.
Yeah, it's going to be tough driving on a team that tall as the Eagles. That's Emily Zach with the block down on defense and then finishing below the bucket there. Gets the Eagles a lead 4-2. Ramsey is fouled by Mackenzie Chapman. So we have a solid turnout from the Carmel students. We have a small student section. A lot of those players are for the boys basketball team.
They are all standing on their feet. They seem to be supporting the Greyhounds tonight in hopes for a win.
Has 2 fouls there on the Eagles as they're trying to pressure the Greyhounds, trying to stop them from crossing half court, but it's not going very well for them so far. As Wallace dribbling through traffic. She kicks it down low to Ramsey. A beautiful pass as Ramsey finishes with the left hand.
You know, those two, Bella Ramsey and Maddie Wallace, being from the same middle school and playing on the same team, they seem to have some chemistry coming into playing on high school together.
Ellie Frobig answers for the Eagles with that corner 3. But the Greyhounds try to keep moving fast as Fisher tries one for her own. Rolls around and out. Chapman with the ball now. Trying to get some momentum going for the Eagles offense. And a tough take by the Eagles. No good. And Emily Zach pushes Fisher in the back as she tumbles out of bounds. She was called for the foul there. So 3 early fouls on Zionsville as Carmel still remains with 0.
Emily Zach is definitely going to be one of the tougher players to get past, and we definitely need to keep an eye out for her this game.
Maddie Wallace swings it to Ramsey. To the corner, it's Fisher. Back up to Chapman. The Greyhounds moving the ball around right now. Trying to gain an open look as it's tough to drive in the middle where it's just packed by all the height the Eagles have. As Bond's foot slips out of bounds. So that'll be turnover for the Greyhounds. This ball will go to the Eagles.
Ellie Frobig, she's been playing some defense against us tonight, and she actually played for Carmel her freshman and sophomore years before moving to Zionsville. So this is going to be an interesting game playing against her former teammates, Sydney Bonds and Jacoby Warren.
It's a cool story. Maybe already seeing a little bit of fire from Frobig as she hit that corner three that gave the Eagles the lead. As the Greyhounds pick up their first foul. It was on Jacoby Warren. We have a couple of substitutions as Natalie Whelan-Edwards, the 6'3" freshman, has checked in for the Greyhounds, trying to get some height as they have recognized the struggles that Zionsville has been giving them down low.
She's definitely been a key player so far this season, getting a bunch of rebounds for Carmel as she is their tallest player.
Chapman chucks up a fadeaway, no good. Rebound, Wallace. Wallace makes a risky pass down low to Bonds. Wallace, the floater, no good. Rebound Eagles, they're trying to run in transition. Kicks it down low to Chapman. Chapman. Bad pass stolen by Ramsey. Ooh, and a travel there by Jacoby Warren. It looks like she wanted to dribble, go towards the hoop. Thought otherwise, but unable to make a play in time as that left foot dragged across the court, resulting in a travel.
You could see her struggling there to keep her 1 foot on the ground.
So it is a timeout for the Eagles. We are already seeing the defensive matchup so far as there is only 2 minutes and 49 seconds remaining in the first quarter, and the score is 4-7 Zionsville.
It seems to be a low-scoring game so far, so we'll see if they can get up some points in the second quarter.
This is certainly expected. Zionsville, in their 3 games, 3-0, they've held their opponents to 34 points, 36 points, and then 34 points again. So pretty consistent there with a lot of low-scoring games. So it's going to be important for the Greyhounds to find their shots, make sure they're knocking them down, because there's been a couple good looks. That three on the right wing by Bella Ramsey, that's a shot you want 10 times out of 10. That time it just didn't work successfully for the Greyhounds.
And you know, Carmel, their record is currently 3-1, and they won their last game 57-45.
Yeah, 3 straight for the Greyhounds. So both teams fighting to keep the winning streak moving. As the Eagles find the open player in the corner, and that three is good. Grace Roberts knocks it down from the right corner. So that's a couple threes in a row for the Eagles that have gone down from the right corner. Ramsey swings it to the left wing, down to Jacoby Warren. Puts a couple ball fakes on her defender.
And you know, though Jacoby Warren isn't a strong scorer, she does have a very she is very good shooter, very strong accuracy.
Well, tough possession there by the Greyhounds as Ramsey got a floater to go. Ramsey has all 6 of the Greyhounds' points so far. An open three from the left wing, no good. Battling for the rebound as she gets her own miss, but misses once again. The ball tipped out of bounds. It will go to the Greyhounds. That was Emma Tinder who put up the three, missed it. Went into traffic, got her own rebound, but unable to put up the second effort. Ramsey with the ball right now. As I mentioned, all 6 points so far in this game. She has been their only hope for scoring.
And we see again, as the play with Maddie Wallace to Bella Ramsey, they seem to definitely have some chemistry coming into the season.
Bonds with the ball on the right wing. Swings it to Ramsey, getting to a little better of a ball handler as she gives it down low to Whelan, no good. But a good rebound by Bonds and able to draw the foul. As Ramsey got that ball down on the right block to Natalie Whelan-Edwards. That's something you like to see, the height mismatch. That's usually a shot that Edwards will be able to make over the top of her defender. That one off the back rim, but a good rebound by Bonds. So it's Wallace inbounding the ball for the Greyhounds. Passes it down low to Bonds, who would have had an open layup but stepped out as she planted that left foot to make an effort towards the basket.
Bonds averaging 6.7 points per game. Definitely not the strongest scorer, but she is definitely still a key player as she is one of the only seniors on the team.
Yeah, we saw her hustle on that last play, a good rebound. The Greyhounds unable to make something out of it as the Eagles are scrambling right now on this possession. Down low, a tough shot, banks it in. Claire Fleming gets her first points of the night. So the Eagles, a good first quarter so far. The Greyhounds need to make something happen before.
They seem to be struggling with the Zionsville's strong defense.
100%, only 6 points so far and only 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. The Greyhounds moving the ball around to see if they'll try to take the last shot.
They seem to be struggling with getting some shots up.
Ramsey trying to create her own shot, nothing for her as there's only 5 seconds left on the clock. The Greyhounds nowhere to go so far. Ramsey takes a deep shot off the rim, no good. Not a great possession for the Greyhounds to end a bad quarter. So the Zionsville Eagles lead 12-6. Alina only 6 points so far in that first quarter.
Definitely, like I said, a low-scoring game it looks like to start us off. And you know, it's interesting, this past year we lost a lot of last year's really strong seniors. You know, we lost Izzy Shepard, Mackenzie Wood, Lauren Perry, Mallory Berkwin, and Taryn Fisher. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see if this year's seniors can step it up and if the underclassmen can step it up as well.
Well, one thing I will say, Alina, I'm focused on tonight's game, but there is no doubt that this Greyhounds team will be good for the next couple of years with Bella Ramsey, Maddie Wallace, both being sophomores, and we saw Natalie Whelan-Edwards get a good look down low. So she's only a freshman as well. So a lot of freshmen, sophomore, and juniors on this Greyhounds team. So they should be good for the next couple of years.
There's also Gwen Provis. She hasn't seen a lot of minutes in the season so far, but in the next upcoming years, as she is also a freshman and also has that height. We'll see what she can bring to the team.
So as you mentioned with Zionsville's defense, I mean, we talked about it earlier, they have some lockdown defense. Going to be tough to put up some shots, but a main struggle for the Greyhounds in this game and this season overall is turnovers. They average 15 turnovers per game. Bad pass down low to Edwards. That's already a couple turnovers from her. Bad pass down low to Edwards. That's already a couple turnovers from her on a miscommunication on those passes. As a right corner three again for the Eagles, this time no good. As Ramsey's running the press, but the pass is tipped by Wallace, or the pass from Wallace is tipped. Chapman with the ball now.
And you can see every time the Zionsville team shoots, the entire bench gets up on their feet supporting their teammates.
Zionsville certainly showing more energy tonight in this game as Chapman takes a right wing three. Little long, but rebounded by the Eagles as she goes up with her left hand, and it's good. Emma Tinder, what an effort.
And as I was saying,
scored besides Bella Ramsey. She's one of the Greyhounds' leading scorers as well, as she picks up a foul on her, trying to play aggressive.
And now we have some subs coming in for Zionsville. We have Ellie Frobig and
Emily Zach.
Yes.
Emily Zach coming back in. So that is two strong players for the Eagles, two starters that just had a quick rest.
And you know, Frobig being Zionsville's only senior on the team, definitely a key player to have that upperclassman.
So it's Zach up top with the ball, who swings it to the top of the key. And a foul on number 4. That's Kate Sears.
Kate Sears is a sophomore for the Zionsville team. And again, the only scorers so far, Bella Ramsey and Maddie Wallace. Again, they are only sophomores.
Yeah, they certainly lead the offense, though, with Maddie Wallace averaging 11 points per game and Bella Ramsey averaging 12 points per game. As a tough take by the Eagles, it was Mackenzie Chapman trying to finish with the right hand. Greyhounds might have gotten away with a foul as Ramsey takes advantage of it, puts up a quick 3. No good. Rebound, Warren with the second effort picks up the foul.
And you know, although Bella does average 12 points per game, which is leading the Greyhounds, she only has a 22% for scoring.
Yeah, the Greyhounds certainly need to work on efficiency, which we've seen in tonight's game. Couple good baskets, as that's Wallace again with the floater. She loves it right there in the middle, as that's a couple in a row for her.
And we are again keeping with the streak of the sophomores on our team carrying our offense.
I'd like to see a little bit more of the other Greyhounds players get involved. Warren's missed a couple shots. Bonza's still yet to score, but that's a good rebound by Warren, doing the little things. As it's back to Warren, who has it wide open 3, and it's good! Jacoby Warren on the defensive end, and then gets an open 3 on the left wing, gets it to go. The Greyhounds go on a 7-0 run, cutting the lead 14-13. So a much-needed run from the Greyhounds.
And you know, Jacoby Warren, we see that her strong suit is scoring 3-pointers. She is a very strong scorer for the Carmel Greyhounds for 3-pointers.
So a huge couple of possessions there from the Greyhounds, struggling to get the offense going, but as you see there, once they got some defense going as well, a huge steal by Jacoby Warren as she just ripped that ball loose, got to her spot on the left wing, and able to get the 3-pointer to go.
You could see how much she wanted that ball. She was really fighting for it down on the court.
And it paid off as Greyhounds just basically doubled their points in those past couple of minutes.
They've almost tied it up. It is now 13-14. We are getting tighter.
A needed timeout there by the Eagles.
4 minutes remaining in the second quarter of the game.
The Greyhounds trying to keep this momentum going into halftime. Because as I talked about, those past couple of minutes were fun to watch if you are a Greyhounds fan, because that's what they need to do, get those stops and then create the open shots on the offensive end. Once those shots start falling, it should be a good game for the Greyhounds. As they are now showing some pressure with a full court press, as Chapman is trying to handle the ball. She's trapped by Ramsey. And a 10-second violation out of the timeout. The Carmel Greyhounds, great defense there.
And the entire bench is on their feet cheering on the team as they lead themselves to score some more points, hopefully.
So the Eagles call a timeout, try to talk things over, stop the Greyhounds' momentum. On the other hand, Greyhounds decide to bring a full court press, and it pays off. So the Greyhounds with the ball now to Ramsey up top. Swings it to Sears. Sears to Bonds in the corner. Finds Sears in the corner once again, who makes a lobby pass down low to Warren. Knocked out of bounds. This ball will stay with the Greyhounds.
Kate Sears, she is a sophomore for the Carmel Greyhounds.
Just all these sophomores. I mean, it just goes to show. Ramsey up top with it, swings it to Wallace. Wallace driving down the left. Greyhounds moving the ball around as it's Bonds tries to make a risky pass down low to Sears.
And
another turnover for the Greyhounds.
And here you can really see how they struggle with turnovers. They struggle with passing.
So it's the Eagles trying to break the momentum for the Greyhounds as it was unsuccessful. The backcourt violation, Ramsey not happy with it because if that ball wasn't touched by an Eagle, Ramsey would have gone the other way with it and able to get an open layup. But the call is a backcourt violation, so the Greyhounds will take it sideline out of bounds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this first half.
It is still almost tied up with a score of 13-14. No one has scored yet.
Yeah, since that timeout.
Carmel's hoping for some points here as they can come for the win.
Wallace passes it down low in traffic to Bonds. Bonds back out to Warren, who hits a tough three. She got popped in the face and still got the three to go. Warren, a heat check.
And the crowd goes wild for that three-pointer as they are now taking the lead with a score of 16-14.
The Greyhounds fired up as Wallace forces a jump ball.
You know, they haven't had a lead so far in the game, so this is a big time for them.
This second quarter has been all Greyhounds so far. They flipped the switch, figured out what to do to stop this Eagles encounter their strong defense.
And the Eagles seem to be defeated now as they're trying to get another play in before the 2 minutes is up for the second quarter.
Chapman swings it to Zach. Zach to the left wing. Eagles moving the ball around. They've nowhere to go. Lockdown defense by the Greyhounds as Zach actually put a good spin move on Ramsey but smoked the layup. Fortunately for her, her teammate was there to get the rebound and the basket. So Wallace drives into traffic, kicks it to the right wing. Warren again, and it's good! Warren, 3 threes in a row. She cannot miss.
And this is like I was saying before, she really is strong in her three-pointers.
As Chapman tries to put up a layup, no good, gets her own miss. Puts up a tough shot as it's deflected, but fortunately lands in the hands of Lily Kelly, who's able to get the open layup.
However, Carmel is still in the lead with now a score of 19-18.
You see the pressure the Eagles are putting on Warren as soon as she caught the ball, but it does not matter because the dish down low to Wallace got Wallace another bucket. So this has been all Wallace, Ramsey, and Warren on the offensive end, taking control and maintaining the Greyhounds' lead.
And you know, we still haven't even seen a shot come up for Sydney Bonds, number 31.
The energy in this arena is unbelievable right now. The Greyhounds fans and the Greyhounds student section feeling it after all of those Jacoby Warren threes.
Everyone is on their feet. There is a great crowd of parents as well.
So Chapman gets this inbound in. Tinder gives it back to Chapman, who's trying to ISO Wallace. Kicks it to the right wing. That's Ellie Frobig. No good. Battling for the rebound. It's going to be another jump ball. This ball will go to the Greyhounds. So only 45 seconds remaining in this first half. Greyhounds trying to capitalize what has been a good run so far.
And you know, as we saw in that last play, Ellie Frobig, who is the Eagles' only senior on the team, she averages 9 points per game. She's one of the lead scorers for Zionsville, but we haven't seen her score a whole lot tonight.
Maddie Wallace takes a mop there and wipes up the sweat after collision down there. So it's the Greyhounds moving the ball around. Only 30 seconds remaining in this first half. There's no shot clock, so we'll see what they do with this possession. They have the choice to take it down to the last shot. It's been Ramsey and Wallace moving it around as they bring it to the right side with Sears. Down low to Bonds. Bonds gets it poked loose but recovers it.
And you can see them running these new plays directed by Coach D'Armelio. She's definitely brought a new energy to the team as they actually struggled in their last season.
Ramsey corner 3 to end the half, no good. Sears might have actually got that shot off after the offensive rebound, but that no good as well. But a good run by the Greyhounds to end the first half as the Greyhounds lead 21 to 18. Alina, that was a huge pickup from what happened in the first quarter, only having 6 points to now getting 15 in that second quarter.
And they are hyped up as you could see them running through the tunnel with so much excitement. They are hyped to be up right now against Zionsville.
So looking to be a dogfight in this game tonight as we saw a defensive battle and a game of runs. But we're now going to send it over and we'll see you guys at the start of the second half.
Obviously, Wallace was 6, and Bella Ramsey was 6. Maddie Wallace has been getting into a groove, using the dribble, and picking it up off the dribble, scoring off floaters. All of her points tonight come off floaters, just about at the free throw line. Bella Ramsey opened the game scoring off a fast break layup, just like we mentioned in pregame. This game has been fast break and moving the ball. Who can get the ball to their best players?
It's been kind of cool to watch at the 3-level scoring of the Greyhounds. The layups, 3 layups have been made by Bella Ramsey. Then you take it to the mid-range, the floaters. 3 buckets, 3 floaters by Maddie Wallace. Then you take it to the 3rd level, beyond the arc. 3 buckets, 3 3-pointers for Warren.
Yeah, and this game has been a very defensive game. Both teams have been grinding it out in the paint. They've been attacking the boards, swatting shots, so many steals, so many turnovers. And that's something we need to capitalize on.
Yeah, 100%. There have been a lot of turnovers for both teams. And when Zionsville is turning the ball over, it seems as if the Greyhounds are able to capitalize more than the Eagles are. And that reflects in the scoreboard right now.
Yeah, that scoreboard is the only thing showing us the difference between these teams. It has been a fairly even game up to this point, and it's only a 1-score game right now.
I want to go back to what you said. It was a 15-4 run to end the half for the Greyhounds. And before that, they had no source of offense, no source of defense, really, and it looked really bad for the Greyhounds. But basketball is a game of runs, and we'll see if the Eagles respond in the second half.
Yeah, the Zionsville Bigs were dominating in the first half, crashing the boards, getting their own rebounds and scoring off of those second chance points.
Yeah, that's what Zionsville has against this Carmel team. Carmel's one weakness right now is their height. They have a lot of young guards on this roster who have gotten buckets tonight. I mean, they've done their job. But at the end of the day, they don't have that height. They don't really have 6-footers out here like the Eagles do.
Yeah, Carmel's tallest player, Natalie Whalen Edwards, is only a freshman. She hasn't played a ton of minutes tonight, coming in at 6'1". She normally plays more minutes than she has tonight, but other players on this team have been stepping up and carrying the team.
Which is actually something you wouldn't expect. If you have a 6'1" player, you'd expect to match up against Zionsville well and play the player in. But it's been a nice chess match from both coaches on who they put in and who they don't.
Yeah, Carmel's been focused on ball movement, drawing Zionsville out of their 3-2 zone, running 3 across the 3-point arc and 2 in the paint.
Yeah, and honestly, what a 3-point or what a 2-3 zone does, it allows the other team to shoot threes, and that's exactly when Warren started hitting those threes.
Yeah, and if Warren can keep up this hot streak with 3 straight threes heading into half, Carmel has a great chance of winning tonight.
Well, that's all the time we have today. This has been your CHTV halftime show. I've been Simon Kahn. Alongside me has been Patrick Lamora. We'll send it to Brendan and Alina.
From an average class size of over 1,200 students
to a school of over 5,300 students and over 100,000 citizens.
in a city and a school as busy as Carmel, there's always something going on.
So how do I keep up with everything going on?
Simple. CHTV. Why? Because CHTV is everywhere.
From live newscasts every Gold Day morning.
Good morning, Greyhounds. I'm Ella Griffin. And I'm Leah Large with your morning announcements. Today is Monday, September 29th.
To the court. The field.
Throws to Sell once again, who juked a couple defenders and he's able to score.
The dugout.
Up the middle, down for a base hit. They're going to wave in Harris.
That ball is ripped. Barrel to barrel as it hits the fence.
Out in the community.
And their horn is closed, and away we go. Great start.
or just sitting at home.
Wherever you are, CHTV will meet you there.
I'm Brendan Melby alongside Alina Kaplan here for the second half of what was an amazing first half. The Carmel Greyhounds had a great run in the second quarter, taking lead 21-18. Alina, the key to that second quarter was Jacoby Warren and her shooting. She hit 3 threes. She is so far 3 for 3 from the three-point range tonight and has 9 points in this game.
Yeah, so she, prior to this, had only actually scored 1 3-pointer. She had only taken 1 and she had only scored 1. And so this is huge for her to have 3 in this next game. And you know, they were all in a row too.
Jacoby Warren only averaging 5 points per game as well. So it just goes to show how she was able to step up. She is one of the few seniors on this Greyhounds team. So she recognized the strong Zionsville defense, specifically down low in the paint with Emily Zach down there, strong rim protection. So she went to something that's not typically in her game, 3-pointers, but it worked out all right. So.
And Jacoby Warren, she only averages 5 points per game. She has already succeeded this average with already 9 points.
So it's the Eagles starting with possession this half, trying to make up for the run they gave up versus the Greyhound, as it is Zach able to draw the foul and get her first free throws of the night.
And Emily Zach, she averages 7.7 points per game, which is one of the leading scorers for the Eagles.
7.7 points per game and 7.7 rebounds per game. So that's she does it both, especially on the rebounding, and it's going to be tough to box her out. Make sure you get those rebounds because we've already seen the Greyhounds struggle with that. The Eagles' second chance efforts, it's just too much.
She's definitely a strong player for the Eagles, and I'd say she's a pretty consistent player as well.
Ramsey open 3, no good. Ramsey's yet to get a 3-pointer to go, but Bond's a tough rebound to keep this possession alive as it's Wallace.
Wow.
Back rim. Ramsey, another rebound, but it's taken away by the Eagles. Eagles take a quick
and it was
jump,
wide
no
open,
good.
but she didn't score.
Ramsey, an open layup. She gets that one to go. Ramsey typically good at running in transition and getting those open layups. Ellie Frobig from the left corner rolls around and is out as his ball is deflected out of bounds by Emma Tinder.
And Bella Ramsey, you know, we see her average 12 points per game. She's already getting up there in this game, close to her average as well.
She's made those open looks, especially from close range. I'd like to see her get a 3 to go as well because she's getting those good looks. Is yet to see one go through the rim. As it's Warren with the ball. Tries to make a pinpoint pass to Wallace. Unsuccessful as this is a jump ball that will go in possession to the Greyhounds. So a good idea there by Warren. Unable to make an accurate enough of pass to Wallace.
And you know, Taylor Fisher, she is in right now. I haven't seen a lot of plays with her so far. She was actually Taryn Fisher's sister.
She's been scrappy tonight, though. We've seen her getting the rebounds, locking up Mackenzie Chapman, which has been a key to this game. As it's Wallace, kicks it to Fisher. Fisher driving down, a lot of drives and kicks here for the Greyhounds as Wallace finds a 3-point shot she likes. Too strong as the Eagles are trying to run in transition. Bad pass out of bounds, so the Greyhounds catch a break there and get possession back. As again, it's Wallace and Ramsey. They're getting the open looks. A couple open threes, unable to get one to go, but Warren's the only player who's been able to knock those down. So it's Wallace driving down the left side. A good move, but smokes the layup.
There hasn't
But
been...
stays with it, able to poke it loose from Zach Ramsey and Wallace running. But Frobig recovers and steals the pass. So a sloppy run there for both teams, as it is a foul on the Greyhounds, so the Eagles will be able to calm their offense.
And you know, even though we haven't seen a lot of scoring yet so far in the third quarter, as Zionsville has usually had their points for their games in the 30s, we are already getting close.
Eagles moving the ball around, kicks it to the corner. Frobig, a good ball fake. Sidestep no good, as Wallace fighting for the rebound, forces the jump ball. But this will stay to the Eagles, as it was Tinder and Wallace fighting for that rebound.
You can tell Frobig wants this win, as she is playing who she used to be on a team with, as I mentioned before.
Chapman, a tough shot take, gets fouled on the way up.
And Maddie Wallace is subbed out.
Chapman is leading the Eagles offense with 13 points per game and over 5 assists per game. So far, after that free throw, that gets her first point. So great defense by the Greyhounds so far tonight, locking up Chapman. Chapman able to get her first points at the line, but still unable to make a field goal, as she misses that second free throw, but gets her own rebound and makes a cross-court pass to Frobig, who misses another three. Fisher on the floor battling for that rebound, and another jump ball.
And Chapman, we see she averages 13.3 points per game, so she is actually Zionsville's lead scorer.
Yes, Simon and Patrick talking about how he's going to be a key to lock her up, because she is what runs the Eagles offense. We see the Greyhounds doing a good job of it, holding the Eagles to only 20 points so far in this game.
And you know, her other teammates aren't even close to her points average, as Ellie Frobig is the next up with 9 points per game. That is not very close to her average of 13.
Chapman still taking the ball up for the Eagles, as she kicks it down low to Zach, who tries to put up a tough shot, gets fouled again. So we've seen a lot of free throws for the Eagles so far in this second half. I still believe they're unable to make a field goal so far, but a lot of shots at the line. As it's Emily Zach, the center that we've talked about all night. She has 8 D1 offers, only as a junior, and Mackenzie Chapman, who we talked about earlier, running the Eagles offense so far tonight, is Mackenzie Chapman, who has 4 Division I offers.
And you can only imagine, as they're not even seniors yet, are they going to get more offers?
100%. As it's Ramsey drilling around, kicks it to Fisher in the corner. Fisher gets the three-pointer to go. Her first points up tonight.
And that is, she hasn't scored tonight, as you just said, and that is the 4th three-pointer that has been scored.
And another foul on the Greyhounds. Greyhounds finally get a shot to go, hoping to get something going for them, but instead, Zach is sent to the line for the second possession in a row.
Taylor Fisher, she just scored her three-pointer, and she has a 42.9% accuracy for three-pointers, so this is definitely a good play on her end.
Zach made the first one, makes the second one.
Emily Zach is definitely one of the Eagles' strong players.
Able to knock it down from anywhere, although she's 6'2", she could shoot as well, as Ramsey with a shake and bake floater dribbles around and goes in.
And everyone is on their feet for that shot.
We saw her put a couple moves on her defender and able to create that shot for herself.
They're all fighting for it on the floor.
As Zach takes a pull-up three, no good. Fighting for the rebound, it's Wallace who comes out with it, who is running the transition, makes a bad pass to Ramsey, which results in a timeout for the Greyhounds. Wow, that pass by Wallace a little too close to the baseline. Ramsey had to try and save it as the Greyhounds called a timeout while Ramsey had possession of the ball.
And we have definitely made a really great comeback this game. We are now 5 points up against the Eagles, which is a great comeback from losing almost the entirety of the first quarter.
Greyhounds' biggest lead of tonight, trying to keep the momentum going.
And they're going to try to keep this momentum going as there are 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and then they've only got the fourth quarter to go. The cheerleaders, they're hyping up the crowd right now. There's a bunch of parents that are here. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear the fight song. That's one of my favorite Carmel fight song. It's iconic. We heard it after the JV game earlier tonight, which was also an outstanding game. The Greyhounds won that one by 3 points.
Almost went into overtime. There was 45, I believe, seconds left in that game before the Greyhounds scored a three-pointer that gave them the lead of that game. And you know, it was a close one all the way through.
The varsity team trying to back up what their JV team was able to get done, as this is another close game. We have 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. The Greyhounds lead 28-23.
And you know, it's no surprise how close this game has been, as Carmel and Zionsville have the same record last season, 10-13.
Wallace trying to find someone to inbound the ball to as she gets Ramsey over the top of her defender. The Greyhounds moving it around right now as Wallace resets up top. Trying to get a play going as she takes on her defender with a little spin move and a floater. What a move by Wallace and what a finish.
And the crowd goes wild on that one.
A couple nice moves by Wallace and Ramsey on the one earlier, creating their own shots. That's what they do best, as Zach tries to do it for herself. No good. Bonds with the rebound, gets it to the guard, Wallace. Wallace, another floater, back rim. No good. Wallace really loves those floaters. Ramsey playing good defense full court as it forces Chapman to get rid of the ball. As now it's Bonds on Chapman. Not quite sure this is a matchup that they wanted, but Chapman gets rid of the ball. As the Eagles put up a left short jumper, no good. That was Tinder with the missed shot. Up the floor to Ramsey. Ramsey gets fouled, driving into traffic. We see D'Armilio's enthusiasm trying to set up an inbounds play.
And we saw in that last play, number 22, with Tinder trying to score a rebound. And, you know, she leads for defensive rebounds, averaging 9 per game. That's almost the leading for the Eagles.
Yeah, we've seen a hard-fought battle from both of these teams. A lot of scrappiness, especially on all these rebounds. This has been a lot of jump balls in this game, and especially in the second half, as we're coming closer and closer to the end. Greyhounds and the Eagles both fighting to continue the 3-game winning streak that they both have.
And you know, Zionsville, while Carmel is 3-1, Zionsville is 3-0, so they are undefeated coming into this game. So they definitely are going to want to keep that undefeated streak going.
A good start to the season for both of the teams, considering last season they were both 10-13. So a losing record for both of them, but a little bit more light this season. As you mentioned, 3-1 for the Greyhounds and 3-0 for the Eagles.
And Carmel, they lost their first game to Lawrence Central.
Yeah, but since then, they've won 3 straight.
So, you know, it seems like they got a lot of motivation coming out of that first game loss. And they dominated their home opener last Friday.
Fisher up top with the ball. She drives it in, kicks it out to Bonds. Bonds to Ramsey. Ramsey pitches it to Wallace, who's trying to run the offense.
It seems Wallace often struggles with these plays and getting passes to people. She often takes the ball herself.
Ramsey, a fancy move, kicks it out to Wallace. Wallace trying to make something happen for this Greyhounds offense as it's Ramsey coming off hot from Wallace's pass, able to hit the back rim and gets it to go.
And the crowd is hyped for them. You know, Ramsey and Wallace, they may be some of Carmel's smallest players, but they are definitely some of their fastest players on the team.
Gets the bucket and the foul. Ramsey trying to complete the 3-point play as her free throws off the left rim. Bonds had a chance to get that rebound, but off her shin, out of bounds. Nonetheless, an unbelievable move and finish by Ramsey.
We are now beating the Eagles 32-23. You know, we've almost doubled since we came in to the second half.
It was a slow start to the game, but since then it has been all Carmel Greyhounds.
And it's been very exciting.
As it's Warren defending down low, holding her own. As there was a foul, I believe, on the Greyhounds, either a foul on a kick ball.
We've seemed to see a lot of fouls this game.
Yeah, the Greyhounds already have 5 in this quarter. As Wallace jumps the inbound pass and would have had an open layup, but the Eagles fouled back before she was able to get it.
That's the Eagles' 3rd foul, as Carmel has 5.
That was a smart one right there, as Wallace would have had an open layup if it wasn't for the foul before the shot.
And like I said, that speed, it really just carries them when they have those open layups down the court.
Ramsey showing off the handling skills once again as she's trying to take on her defender. Fisher drives it in down.
Hit.
Yeah, she came down hard. As this does not look good. Fisher went up with a tough shot and came down hard.
And you know, even last year, Catherine Bassey, her freshman year, she tore her ACL. And so we do not want any more injuries.
Fisher is still on the ground as she's being helped up. Hopefully she's all right as she's limping off the court. Hopefully she's all right, maybe just a little shaken up there as it was a hard fall, but it's going to be Kate Sears checking in for Fisher.
I mean, I could hear that from here, Brendan.
Yeah, she came down hard, as I believe that is a ankle brace on her right ankle as well. I'm still unaware what the injury is, but something that she struggled with before.
And you can see this trainer over there, you know, with the leg with the brace, so hopefully there's no further injury.
So it's Sears who actually shoots the free throws for Fisher, who came down hard. She's unable to shoot her own. So Sears makes the first one.
Sears is another sophomore.
And gets a second to go. So Sears coming in for Fisher, getting the job done, making both of those free throws, extending this Greyhounds lead to 11. As Ramsey's playing full court defense once again on Chapman. Chapman uses Zach's screen and roll down to Zach, who kicks it to the corner.
And Sears, she actually hasn't scored this season, so that was her first scores of the season.
Well, quite the way to get it, but congratulations to Kate Sears. But Emily Zach able to get those points right back with the turnaround jumper. So it's Bonds dribbling around, kicks it out to Sears. Sears looks to shoot, gives it back to Bonds though.
Sears hasn't seen a whole lot of minutes. She's only seen 10 minutes so far in this season. So this is a big moment for her. She's a sophomore.
Chapman still yet to make a field goal. She kicks it down low to Zach. Zach's been finding her way to the line in this second half, as I believe this is going to be her 6th free throw after this play.
And Emily Zach, we've seen her be very consistent in her free throw shooting in this game. And she is still consistent.
It's the first one to go. She missed one. She missed the second one of her pair earlier, but that is 4 straight to go for her.
You know, that's how Zionsville has been catching up to us a little bit.
Yeah, the free throw certainly in this third quarter is what has been keeping them in this game, because otherwise they've not seen a lot of shots go.
And that is due to, again, us consistently fouling the other team.
Jacoby Warren, a good drive, dribbling on the back of the rim and goes. So Warren with her 11th point. What a game for her.
And she is now well above her average points per game.
Chapman, the shot to end the third quarter is no good. So the Greyhounds lead 36-26 as we see Coach Jessica D'Amelio fired up, high-fiving her team as they run to the bench.
It's definitely a nice moment for the Greyhounds to come out of the third quarter leading by 10 points. That's a great way to be coming into the fourth quarter. And if they can stay as consistent as they have been, I think we might see a win tonight.
Yeah, this is a big game. As we knew, we saw Coach Jennifer Drudge on the Zionsville side, a former coach for the Greyhounds, as well as Ellie Frobig, a former Greyhound player. So an intense matchup, 2 teams with a 3-game win streak. They both wanted this win badly.
Definitely some interesting dynamics going on the court. And, you know, both of these coaches being new to the teams as well definitely has a factor in their experiences on the teams and everything.
So we see Taylor Fisher come out of the locker room and runs to the huddle, so hopefully she's doing all right. She looked a little better right there, even just running to the bench.
And that is good. Like I said, we definitely don't want any injuries.
Yeah, Alina, you mentioned earlier Catherine Bassey, who's also a sophomore. She had a very strong start last season in her freshman year. Then she suffered an ACL injury, so once she comes back, she should be a great player for the Greyhounds.
And you know, all these sophomores that we see on this team, they were on varsity last year as well, including Bella Ramsey and Maddie Wallace.
Yeah, and we see that is no surprise as we see them lead the team this season so far, only as sophomores. As Zach puts in the open 3, no good.
And you know, Bella Ramsey, her father is actually the 8th grade girls clay basketball team coach, and so that definitely gives her an advantage.
The basketball is certainly in her blood, and we see how fundamental and crafty her game is as she takes a left wing 3, and it's good! Ramsey finally gets a 3-pointer she's been looking for to go. Good shot by Ramsey, who has missed a few earlier in this game. That gets her 15th point.
And you know, we have seen a 22.2% average for 3-pointers for Bella Ramsey. So that is definitely good to get another one in.
Not the most efficient for Ramsey, but she has made 4 earlier in the season, so she gets her 5th right there.
And her points per game, 12, and so she is now exceeding her average points per game in this game, and we still have the rest of the fourth quarter to go.
Although there is a little bit to clean up in her games, turnovers and efficiency, one way or another, she will find her way to put the ball in the basket, as we are seeing tonight. 15 points early in the fourth quarter, and she had 25 in the last game, so really seeing Bella Ramsey take initiative in this Greyhounds offense.
She's had a great start to her sophomore season, and you can only imagine where she'll go from here in her junior and senior seasons.
Exactly why I was talking about Alina. I mean, it's going to hurt to lose players like Sydney Bonds and Jacoby Warren, but this team is in good hands for the next few years.
Definitely. And with this coach, Jessica D'Armelio, she's having a strong start to her career with the Carmel girls basketball, and so we will see her continue to strive for success in these next couple of months of the season.
Wallace inbounds it down low to Bonds. Bonds out to Ramsey, who has the hot hand. Wallace splits the defenders, drives it in, kicks it down low to Warren, who misses a layup. And a foul on Wallace. Her and Tinder got tripped up there. Chapman averaging over 13 points per game, still yet to find a shot to go. She got one free throw earlier, but other than that, she's been scoreless. But she gets an open layup there and gets the and one. Chapman must have heard me or something, just finally broke the broke the streak of all the missed shots as she gets the bucket and the foul trying to complete the three-point play.
And, you know, switching it up here a little bit, Layla Abdo, this season so far, she's got 77 minutes, and we haven't seen her play a lot this game.
Yeah, 100%. She's been a strong shooter for the Greyhounds. I expected to see her a little bit because shooting is a key in this game, considering how strong the Eagles' rim protection is. But they've been doing just fine without her as they find Fisher, who's back in the game.
She averages 6.5 points per game. However, the Greyhounds have definitely made that up.
Good pass to Fisher, who travels, though, trying to drive in.
You know, you see the Greyhounds, they've been trying to use a lot of technical moves against the Eagles, and a lot of times have ended up being sloppy.
The Greyhounds lead 39-31 with just over 5 minutes remaining. This game is far from over as Zach drives it in. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Wallace comes out with it as she makes a good pass ahead to Ramsey, who gets the layup to go. Bella Ramsey's unstoppable in this second half.
And we are up by 10 points again.
Wallace defending down low against the bigger player. Lily Kelly misses a layup.
Bella Ramsey's getting up to the amount of points she had last game.
Yeah, already up to 17, close to a 20 bomb. As she's going to need to continue the scoring if the Greyhounds want to keep control of this game. As the Eagles were bringing a full court press there, had possession for a little bit, but then it rolls out of bounds. It's Bonds inbounding once again. Wallace and Ramsey, closest ball handlers.
Bonds has been pretty consistent in her passing game this game.
Ramsey jump stop, short jumper, no good, but poked away by Fisher. Fisher keeping the possession alive as it swings to the left corner for Ramsey. Ramsey short, rebound, Bonds, back out to Warren, no good. Warren, that is her first missed three of this season. She was 4 of 4, 3 of them in tonight's game, but that one, no good.
And wow, that is still a really great percentage of three-pointers. That is impressive. And she leads the Greyhounds team now with the highest percentage.
Good D by Bonds as she was locking up Kelly and then deflects to Bass. Not the strongest ball handler. She loses possession and dribbles it out of bounds. Coach D'Armelio still appreciating her defense as she screams Sydney Bonds, great hustle. So certainly the effort that we like to see
You can see her on the sidelines. She is very animated, and she yells a lot at her players, not always negatively. She is very much cheering on her team, leading them to this victory.
Animated is a perfect word to describe it, but that's Emma Tinder who misses a 3. She's been taking a lot of shots tonight. Some have gone, some have not. As it's Wallace up top with it, making sure they get the best shot as the clock is their friend right now.
Definitely. And we have less than 4 minutes to go on this game. No one has scored in the last minute or so, and so we'll have to keep seeing if they can keep this up.
Fisher goes down hard again after the tough shot, but she's all right this time. Goes to the line to shoot 2 shots.
Taylor Fisher, she hasn't had a great average of free throws, averaging 57.1%, so we'll see if she can make these. And she does make the first one.
So this extends the Greyhounds' lead to 11. The Eagles are going to need to have some fast offense if they want a chance to come back in this game. But the second free throw is no good. But the refs say it's off. Emily Zach, this ball will stay with the Greyhounds. So almost fortunate that Fisher missed that free throw.
They're going to try to run another play. We'll see if they can be successful in this one.
Again, clock is their friend. No need to rush a shot.
They definitely seem to struggle on inbound plays.
Yeah, but they give it to Bonds down low, who again loses the ball out of bounds on that same baseline. So possession will go in the hands of the Eagles as it's Mackenzie Chapman taking the ball up. Swings it down low to Tinder. Tinder to Grace Roberts. Roberts back to Chapman as Ramsey is having none of it. Ramsey locking up as well as the rest of this Greyhounds team, but they get an open shot at the top of the key, and it's good. Great patience there by the Eagles. Finding the open player, Emma Tinder, gets the 3 to go, cuts the lead to 8 as the Greyhounds take a timeout.
The Eagles are not giving up on this lead that the Carmel Greyhounds have. They are fighting for this win, and you can see as the Greyhounds haven't led for more than 10 points.
Alina, that was phenomenal defense by the Greyhounds. I thought they were going to go away with it again, but great patience there by the Eagles, just never letting it affect them, keeping control of the ball, and then, as I said, finding Tinder open on the left wing, gets the 3 to go.
And the Greyhounds, you know, in the past 4 games that they have had, they have actually struggled with their defense. And so this is definitely a big improvement in this game.
We know Zionsville's strong suit is their defense, but you'd assume it's the Greyhounds as well because they have been playing phenomenally on the defensive end. I'd say it's mostly the effort though.
Oh, definitely.
But the Greyhounds offense showing out again as 42 points is the most the Eagles have given up this season. But the Eagles bring out a press with their strong defense. Bond scrambling, gets it to Wallace. Wallace trying to cross half court before the 10 seconds. She does successfully. Kicks it to Ramsey. Ramsey drives in, has a wide open layup, and gets it to go. Bella Ramsey with another open layup.
And you know, their defense, they were all kind of cluttered in that one area, but they were still able to get past it.
Tinder puts up another 3. That time no good. Good rebound there by Fisher as Wallace is bringing it down the court. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this game. Fisher looked like she was going to shoot a 3. Thinks otherwise and brings it up top to Ramsey, who then pitches it to Wallace.
And like in that last play, Fisher is definitely one of the strongest rebounders for the Carmel Greyhounds. She is 3rd right now in rebounds with 19 so far in the season.
Wallace was defended heavily there by Chapman. As Chapman gets called for the foul. That's the Eagles' 2nd of the quarter. Bonds finds Wallace. Back to Bonds, who gets a wide open lefty layup. Beautiful play there by the Greyhounds.
And the Eagles, their defense was a little you could see them starting to give up a little bit on their defense in that last play.
Frobig open three
But
from
wow.
the corner. She gets it to go. The Eagles are not giving up as Frobig hits her second three from the corner in this game. As the Greyhounds moving it around, taking as much time as possible. Bonds is opening on the right wing. She's driving it in, kicks it back out to Fisher. Taking their time on this possession as they have a 9-point lead. The Eagles, nothing to do but foul as they still have a few to give. That's only their third of the quarter.
And you can see all the players are starting to get really tired as we near the end of the game. You know, the coaches have been seeming to play kind of the same players the entirety of the game. Like I was saying, they barely played Layla Abdo, who usually gets more minutes than she's gotten.
The Eagles need to show pressure if they want to stay in this game, as it's another foul on Tinder. Still going to bring up a sidelines out of bounds. I'd expect some face guarding here, trying to steal the inbound, because less than 2 minutes remaining. Eagles still down 9. As it's Wallace, who's getting trapped by the Eagles, able to find her way out of it, passes it to Ramsey, back to Wallace, keeping control of the ball as she draws the foul.
The Eagles are definitely still not giving up, though they are down by 9 points. They are sticking with it and trying to close up the lead.
It's going to take a miracle if the Eagles want to win this game, because, I mean, they had a strong first quarter, but since then it has been all Greyhounds.
Oh, definitely.
But Wallace misses the first free throw, keeping things interesting.
I mean, she also doesn't have a very great free throw average, with it being 57.1%.
Well, she gets the second one to go, extends the Greyhounds' lead to 10, as is Chapman taking the ball up, and a moving screen on the Eagles. Grace Roberts leaned into Bella Ramsey and gets called for it.
And Zionsville does not seem happy with the ref's call, but Carmel sure does. And they are subbing in number 11, Sammy Kulwicki.
Sammy Kulwicki, we saw her earlier in the game. She is a shooter, so I'd expect that's what they want to come back in this game. Just a couple shots to go. First, they need to get a stop as it's Wallace and Ramsey moving around with the ball.
They seem to play it to each other very often.
Great ball movement by the Greyhounds, giving the Eagles nothing to do as Frobig eventually fouls Fisher. But wow, great ball movement by the Greyhounds. Didn't give the Eagles a chance to foul them.
Taylor Fisher, like I said, she hasn't had a great average of free throws, so let's see if she can get this up right now.
First one, no good, off the left rim.
Well, she has a chance to come back in the second free throw.
And still, regardless of make or miss, Eagles are going to need to make a lot of shots to come back in this game with only 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining. So Fisher makes a second free throw. The Greyhounds now lead 48-37 as it's Tinder driving in, gets the lefty layup to go, cuts the lead to 9. And a timeout, Eagles. They are not giving up on this game. Wow, Alina, 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining, 9-point game as they call a timeout.
And you know, that play, that was only 7 seconds that they were able to get it all the way down the field and score.
There is a chance it's going to take a lot of turnovers and a lot of three-pointers or quick buckets, but expect a hard full-court press coming out of this. Whatever Jennifer Drudge is drawing up in that huddle, it has to be spectacular.
The energy is intense in the last minute of this game. The score is now 48-39. We still have a pretty good crowd of parents and students. with the cheerleaders hyping up the crowd as well.
We didn't mention earlier, but during the halftime show, the half-court shot contest that they always do, we actually had one of the fans make a half-quarter, so congratulations.
That was impressive.
It was, and I think some of that energy transferred to the Greyhounds, who have been dominating in this second half.
Definitely.
As we've seen interesting formation on the inbounds, all 5 players out of bounds. It looks like a football play right now. Bond struggling to get it in, though, as Wallace is scrambling for the ball. D'Armilio able to call a timeout. Wallace barely even had possession on that one. Wallace a little shaken up after that.
You can definitely tell both the coaches are definitely bringing some strategy into this last minute of the game, as they both want to see some more points. This has definitely been more heavy on scoring than the past games that Zionsville has had.
Maddie Wallace's demeanor is unbelievable. I just want to say that all game she's been smiles, whether it was in the first quarter when they were down big. I mean, Eagles had double their points, if not more, and Wallace always had a smile on her face, which is what a leader needs to do. As only a sophomore, she's just such a strong player for this Greyhounds team and keeping the right mindset and the right energy.
Oh, definitely, and that might have to do with the fact that they have a new coach, new energy.
As a high lobbing pass to Fisher. Fisher dribbling around, splits a couple defenders, able to get across half court. A good job there by Fisher. As the ball is deflected, the refs will give it to the Greyhounds.
And you can see neither team is giving up. There's 50 seconds left in this game.
Wallace now taking up as she's getting pressured by the Eagles. The Greyhounds trying to move it around as Bella Ramsey's fouled by Frobig.
And that is Zionsville's 6th foul of this quarter.
This will bring Bella Ramsey to the line to shoot 2 shots. Gets the first one to go. We have a couple of Zionsville fans as well echoing Ramsey on the free throws.
And Bella Ramsey has a very strong free throw percentage. Up until this game, it had been 80%, which is leading the Greyhounds right now with free throw percentages.
She gets both of those to go, extends the Greyhounds lead to 11 as Zach takes a tough shot, no good. Out of bounds, the Greyhounds ball. So the Greyhounds lead 50-39 with only 33 seconds remaining. We see Jennifer Drudge tell her team not to foul. Still staying in, still pressuring.
And like you said, they are definitely using their defensive strength to their advantage right now. They are not giving up.
No more fouling. I believe the Greyhounds will just need to dribble this one out, as it's Maddie Wallace who will do so. An unbelievable win for the Greyhounds once these final 6 seconds runs out.
And this was definitely a great game with them having similar seasons last season and lots of similar players. It was a great matchup. It definitely, with Zionsville being down the first part of the game and then Carmel winning almost the entirety of the rest of the game.
Yeah, so the Greyhounds give the Zionsville Eagles their first loss of the season. The Greyhounds, on the other hand, move on to a 4-game win streak, extends the record to 4-1 on the season. Again, another great performance from Coach Jessica D'Armilio. I am so excited for what this team has for us for the rest of the season. But I've been Brendan Melby alongside Alina Kaplan here for your play-by-play and color commentating. We're now going to send it over to Simon Kahn and Patrick Lavora for the post-game show. Hello and welcome to CHTV
behind me is Patrick Lamora, where at Eric Clark Activity Center, the Greyhounds are victorious in a 50-39 win against the Zionsville Eagles.
Yeah, as we said in pre and half today, this game was dominated by the fast break and the bigs.
It was also dominated by the turnovers. Zionsville had more turnovers, and Carmel was able to get a lot of layups. Bella Ramsey leaked out and got a lot of layups, and she had the second game in a row with 20 points.
Yeah, speaking of high scores, Jacoby Ward had her highest scoring game of the season, missing her first 3 this season as well this game, but going 4 for 5 in 2 games is amazing.
Yeah, Ward had 11 points off the bench, and that was a really nice piece for the Greyhounds. Meanwhile, neither of those two were the best player on the Greyhounds today, and that was Maddie Walls.
Yeah, Maddie Walls dominated the game, dribbled in and out of every single defense Zionsville showed her. She got assists, points, steals, blocks, did everything for the Greyhounds today.
Honestly, I was shocked at how calm, cool, and composed she was, because you don't see a lot of that level of composure out of a sophomore.
Yeah, speaking of sophomores, this team was dominated by the younger players tonight. Carmel was able to sustain that game and push through and show that they are not just a young team.
Yeah, this is definitely not the old Carmel team. Carmel playing some fantastic defense here tonight.
Yeah, Zionsville just crumbled under the pressure at the end.
Yeah, and that's all the time we have today. So for this game of CHTV, I've been Simon Kahn, this has been Patrick Lamora. Thank you to Brandon and Alina earlier today. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys later.